let's look at switch statements. So a switch in pseudocode, what does it do? Well, it provides us several choices when we're testing on one particular variable. So it goes like this: case, okay, the expression, case 1, case 2, case 3, and we go through. Now let's have a look at what this looks like. So some generic properties of a switch statement. Now, our expressions have to have a discrete bit of data, int, char, byte, short, so non-real. There are some alternative ways with string values, but we'll cover those later. Okay, now each case must be a list of one or more constant values, and equality is the only possible comparison. Okay, and we need to make sure it's clear. So let's have a look. So we say switch expression. Okay, so this is what we're testing, expression. And now if case, so if expression is this, we execute that line of code and then we break, and when we break we come out there. So that was where constant 1. If expression, okay, is case 2, then it will do this line of code, break, and it continues on like that. Now you'll see this word break, and here in the switch statement is about the only place we use it. Okay, so please ensure you don't use break anywhere else. You will get penalized a little bit. Okay, switch in Java. So let's say when it's true, what we have in the statement is executed. Struggled there to get that word out. Now a break statement is encountered, okay, or I should say, let me rephrase that. When the expression matches a case, the statements in that case are executed until we reach a break, or the switch statement's end occurs. That's it. Now we use a thing called default, because the default, although I say it's optional, that means it goes through case 1, 2, 3, 4, case n. None of them were true, therefore execute the default option. That's it. That's default is executed when all of the other switch statement cases doesn't occur. We just say, and that might be, and often in code that default is nothing was matched. That's all. Okay. Now, we say with no default and the switch expression is not matched, it just exits and nothing occurs from within that switch statement. That's all. Let's have a look at this in Java. Okay, so I've created a char and I've given it a value g, and I've got string student status, and now I do switch on status and I say case g. So if status has a value of a capital G, this line of code is executed. And in this case it does, because we've defined it there. But if I was to reinitialize it to be K, alright, checks G, no, C, no, T, no, so then it would execute the default case, which says there is no status. Okay, that's how it works. It's pretty straightforward. It opens and it closes. Now, what happens when we've got multiple cases? Okay, so we use a list. Here's a good one. When we're checking for the month, January, February, March, April, okay, and we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 12 all have 31 days. 4, 6, 9, and 11 have 30 days. Now, case 2, February, always a problem. And we go off and do something else, okay? Which checks, is it a leap year? Is it not? Does it have 28 or 29 days? That's pretty much how it works. So what are some of the common mistakes that get made with switch statements? Let's have a look. Okay, get the breaks in the correct place, okay? The compiler doesn't check the break statement. It's not required for each case, so we need to make sure we get that correct, okay? So here, you can see this common mistake: switch case positive plus result negative. There's no break, so if you recall, it just keeps going. Okay, what error do we have? Now, the last thing I want to look at is the comparison between the if then else and the switch. So every switch can be converted to an if-else statement. Every if-else can't necessarily be converted to a switch statement. Our mark grade example, okay, we can convert it, but there are possibilities, way too many, okay? So we need to use a bit of a trick. Here's a good way. Okay, case mark divided by 10. Aha, because with our marks, it's from 80 to 100, okay? And then that'll give us this one. From 70 to 79 is this one. So we can use a bit of a cheat, okay? We divide it by 10 and we're sorted. Case 8, 9, and 10 gets a high distinction. So this has been pretty full on kind of stuff that we're looking at, but this is the foundation within programming for making decisions.